Hey guys, what up? We are starting a weekly vlog today for Might, my second novel. Sorry if I seem a little distracted. I kind of just woke up from a nap because I haven't been feeling well. And I don't know if I haven't actually been feeling well or if I've been using it as an excuse to not do things, because you know what, they're equally as likely, really, at this point. Just trying to make it to spring break. My spring break is next week, so we're trying to power through, right? So today's Tuesday. It's about 4:30, 4:45, and I need to get started on my history thesis work, because every week I meet with my history thesis advisor on Wednesday mornings, and then every week Wednesday afternoon I tell myself that I'm gonna do the assignment for next week before the weekend so that I can relax on the weekend and I don't have to worry about it. And then every week I don't do it. But don't worry, I still relax and don't worry about it on the weekend because I do it Tuesday night. So I have to do that tonight and send that to her. But I want to set up the vlog with weekly goals in mind so we can keep track of those as we go along. The weekly goals this week are 5,000 new words in Might and 4 chapters edited. So if you don't know anything about what I'm doing with Might, I am continuing the story and writing new words in a draft, but I'm also working on it for projects for school, so I have to edit the beginning sections to hand in, so I'm kind of like working at the beginning and the current end at the same time, if that makes sense. So I wanted to start this vlog because I want to hold myself accountable to at least do 1 hour of work today and hopefully add 1,000 words or so to the project. I know I can add 1,000 words in an hour. That's really not that hard. The question is, am I going to have an hour to work on it? But it's something important to me, and so I should make the time. And really, this thesis, I mean, it's important to me, but I honestly just think that the bulk of it is going to get done over spring break because I'll have the time to do it. And all of these little assignments that I do every week are just kind of filler things, so I don't worry too much about it. We'll get it done and we'll move on, and that's where we're at. So hopefully I will see you guys in a little bit. There's somebody running in the hallway, I wonder why. But hopefully I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Finishing that history assignment was less fun than a root canal, getting teeth pulled, getting shots, getting run over by a car. Really is less fun than a lot of things. The AC is going on. I know it's loud. I'm sorry. It's 10:15. Woo! I'm so tired. Okay. Pull yourself together, Carson. Can we do an hour? Maybe. I think I'm going to go get ready for bed. Hopefully that only takes me 15 minutes to take off my makeup and wash my face and brush my teeth and all that jazz. And then we are going to dig into writing Might. Yeah. I'm gonna try for an hour. I will make that promise. I will try for an hour. If it doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. I don't know what to tell you, but we're gonna try for an hour. 1 hour, 1,000 words. Let's see. It's almost midnight and I wrote 1,017 words, so I crushed it, if I do say so myself. And now it's time to go to bed. Good night. Hey guys, so it's been like a week, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I am home. The whole world is reacting to this pandemic, and I'm not really gonna say anything about coronavirus here, just that I'm a university student and my semester has been canceled. So I am home for the rest of the semester. That being said, the last week has been a little crazy. I have been coming home. I was planning on coming home anyway for spring break, but it ended up being an extended break. Well, not an extended break, but a remote learning break for 2 weeks after. So I was packing for that, and then they recently announced that we aren't going back at all. Needless to say, I haven't been working on my novel so much as just trying to readjust to what life is going to look like coming back home and doing college at home. I definitely envy the people who have experience with this, because I certainly don't, and I don't know how it's going to go. But luckily I only have a couple of classes, and I'm hopeful that I can just keep on top of my work, use my time wisely, and I get a little extra family time in there, so that's nice. So far in this last probably week since I've talked to you, I have finished a new outline for Act 1 of Might. So what I did was I went through the novel as it stands right now, and I made notes, I made bullet points for every scene and everything that happens in that scene, and including like the point of view, character, interactions between characters. Basically I just went step by step through everything that happened. So for an example of what I'm kind of talking about, for chapter 8, the first scene is in Astrid's point of view. So the first bullet point under chapter 8 just says Astrid, then I have a hyphen and it says, men bring Ira news that Hemming is gone on an adventure, semicolon. Ira remembers the book, semicolon. She explains what it is to Astrid, semicolon. Ira braids beads into her daughter's hair, semicolon. Astrid sneaks out of the house. So that's what I did for every scene in every chapter of the book, because I wanted to reevaluate where I was with Act 1 before I ended it, which will hopefully be the end of this vlog, is me finishing off Act 1. And I definitely feel more comfortable now with what I have actually written versus the ideal outline that I created when I started this project. So I'm glad that I did this, and I just finished that Monday or Tuesday of this week. It's Wednesday today. This was supposed to be out on Saturday, but obviously, like I said, things got a little delayed and hodgepodged. So we are going to do our best to finish this either tonight or tomorrow morning with the end of Act 1. That's the goal. What I'm going to do, I think, is make myself a list of all the things I need to do to finish Act 1, because if you've been around since I started outlining this book, I outlined it in a kind of different way where I have general guidelines for what's going to happen. I know the general structure of the plot, but I don't know specifics. So I have what needs to happen, you know, within the end of Act 1, but I don't have that broken down into chapters or who the perspective is. And I had done that a while ago for the end of Act 1. I did that before September because I know I had to transfer it into my new notebook, which I started in September. So I need to go through that and figure out what exactly I can keep from that outline and what needs to change to finish up Act 1. So let's say go through old outline. Then we're going to obviously make a new outline. And things I want to consider when I make that new outline are POV splits in my book, because I do have multiple main characters, and they do get their own sort of POVs in third person. So I want to go back through and kind of look at what each of them has at this point, and I can use my new Act 1 outline to do that. And I also keep track of it in Scrivener, so I can look at it on my Scrivener file as well. But I want to look at what POVs have had more time than others, so that I can make sure going into Act 2 things are relatively balanced, and just keep checking up on it as I write. I also want to look at my subplots because I have kind of 2 strands of subplots going on right now, in addition to the main plot with Hemming, who is our king, our main character, and his companions on his journey. We have the people back home, which I just read you a little excerpt of the description for chapter 8, or my outline for chapter 8, and that has Ira and Astrid. They are at home. And then we have Leaf, who is with the gods. So those are my 3 plot lines, and I want to make sure that I keep all of my subplots and main plot at the same point for Act 1. I'm not hitting all of the same beats for the subplots as I am for the main plot. That would just be 2 other books included in the main book. I want them to all kind of have an actual end to Act 1 so we can move into Act 2 all together, even though there's obviously a bigger focus on my main plot than there are on the subplots. I don't know if I can think of anything else that I really need to look at when I'm making that new outline. Oh, I do know. I have a new character. Her name is Rima, and seeing how she fits in, and if she does fit into Act 1 or if she's more of an Act 2 addition. We'll kind of see where she fits, but I don't want to forget to look and see if she belongs in this chapter, because if she does, then I have the opportunity to add her before I do that. And then the last bullet point, finish Act 1. Woo! So this is my to-do for the next 2 days. We are gonna get it done, so I'm not gonna say we'll see what happens. We know it's gonna happen. We're gonna finish it. Right now I think I'm going to take my dog for a walk because it is nice outside today, and I know it's gonna rain for the rest of the week where I am, so if I can get outside, I want to get outside. And then I'll come back and we'll go through our new outline. My goal today is to write at least a little bit. I'm not going to set a specific word count goal for today, but I do want to write at least a little bit, and I kind of want to get to the point where I know exactly what's going to happen in the end of Act 1. So I have read through my old outline, I've made a new outline, and I'm ready to go to finish this part of the book. So that's where we want to be by the end of today, and then having worked on the end of the book and maybe finish it up tomorrow morning, and I will post this vlog tomorrow afternoon is the goal. Thank you guys for being so patient with me. It's gonna be different, but hopefully because I'm home, I will have more time to vlog. We shall see, because my little sister is also home from school, and we share a room, which doesn't always make things the easiest. But I'm hopeful that I can vlog more. Speaking of vlogging more, I have a question for you guys, and let me know in the comments down below how you would feel about me vlogging every day of April. I know April is Camp NaNoWriMo, and I know I have talked about how NaNoWriMo is not necessarily for me in the past, but I do want to try Camp NaNoWriMo, especially because I have this novel that I'm supposed to be working on for school, so maybe the NaNoWriMo community can help me out in finishing it. And also, it's my last semester of my undergrad. It's the last month of my undergrad, and I'll be working on theses things and class things and just finishing up a chapter in my life, and I think it might be nice to have daily vlogs of the end of my semester. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, or if you feel like that's too much and I'll just be clogging up your subscription feed. Let me know in the comments down below, because I really do value your opinion, and I'm making these not just for me but for you guys as well. So please let me know what you guys would think about daily vlogs in April, and I'll see you guys when I get back from my walk. Hey party people, it's a few days later. The face that you saw me make in that clip was me realizing that the end of Act 1 is going to take a lot longer than I thought it was, because I thought I was on the last chapter and it turns out it's going to need 3 or 4 more chapters, which I have plotted out in my notebook and I'm going to work on tonight. I'm talking quickly because my family's in the other room watching 10 Things I Hate About You, so I'm going to go join them and do some writing / editing. Today, we're hoping it's nighttime, by the way. We're hoping I'm going to write 1,000 words and edit chapter 5 and start chapter 6. That's the goal. I will check back with you guys once the movie is over on how I did. Hey guys, so it's 10:08 p.m. and I finished editing chapters 5 and 6. They were a little bit shorter of chapters, but it still took me a pretty long time. It took me like an hour and 20 minutes. But I did add 518 words to the story, which I don't know how I feel about, because I don't think that the first act of this novel needs to be any longer. I think it needs to be shorter, but I don't know how to go about that at this current moment, so I'm just going through my edits as my professor had them, and I guess I'll deal with it later. I don't know. I did set my timer for 2 hours to work on this though, so I have about 33 minutes and 25 seconds left on my timer. So I think I'm going to try and just write for the rest of that time and see where I get in terms of word count. I should be able to get to at least 1,000 words. The original goal was to do my 1,000 words outside of the words that I added while revising. But I'm not going to push myself, right? So we're just going to try to hit 1,000 words in total. And yeah, I'll update you guys after my timer is done. Hey guys, so I'm going to end this vlog officially. I wrote today 1,268 words, which I'm super happy with. I didn't hit 1,000 words after the 518 that I had written for revisions, but I got pretty close, and I'll be honest, I struggled with this particular scene that I'm in and how I was going to write it, where I was going to start it, and where it was going to go. I kind of felt like I was writing without a purpose, and then all of a sudden it clicked. I knew exactly where it was going. I knew what I had to write and what I had to include, and so I was kind of just on a roll. I wrote even longer than I meant to because it's late and I have school tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here. Thank you for being patient with me as we kind of figured out what I was doing. I am on chapter 16 of the novel, and I have my notebook here. Act 1 ends at chapter 19, so you can be for sure certain that the next Might vlog will have the end of chapter 1, and hopefully that comes out at the end of March or the beginning of April, because my goal is still to finish Act 1 by April so I can work on Act 2 for NaNoWriMo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have ever had a project where you thought you were at the end and then realized that you have way more to do, because that's what happened to me with this Act 1. If you like what you saw and you want to see more writing content from me, please subscribe down below. I would really, really love to have you here. I love seeing you guys watch the videos and enjoy the videos, and I love talking to you guys in the comments. So if you want to see more of me, please stick around, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.